Our vision for Mountain Christian Church is to be a place of real transformation, to see God do transformation in the hearts of people near and far. We don't want to just write checks. We want to build relationships. We don't want to just know about the people in the world that need Him. We want to know those people. 8 months ago, we began working with an organization called 1615. We started working with 1615 because we knew that our missions approach needed to be focused, to be intentional, so that everything's working together for a common vision, for a common focus. And boy, did we get focus. We call our new missions approach Bring Change, Be Changed. And that name is all about mutual transformation, that as we work to bring the gospel to the world and see the world change, He'll also change us.
The community that we went into on that trip was Horno Casa B, and it was poverty, it was poor. It was very, very poor. 9, 10 kids sharing a mattress in a one-room house, and if they went to school, they were lucky. Sponsored kids had uniforms and got more food more regularly, but there was a lot of malnourishment. It was like a cycle of poverty. I don't know how many times I heard on that trip, please don't forget us. Don't forget about us when you go home. Not like give us stuff, but just think about us. That's all that they wanted. It mattered to them that we would remember them.
It's too easy for missions to be far off, to be a thing that other people do. Bring Change, Be Changed is all about being involved in the Great Commission, no matter your age, your resources, or your talents.
I got to meet my sponsor kid on the second trip that we went on. We met on the street corner. The car pulled up to this curb and I hopped out and she was just standing there, and her family ran this little shop. And so she was working there, and she was maybe 10 years old, and she came up, and it was really sweet. We just hugged, and that was the only time I've ever seen her, was those few moments, and I pray for her all the time, and I asked her to pray for me, and so it's cool to be a part of something like that. Hopefully that made a difference in her life, so definitely made a difference in mine.
Can you pray by name for international students? Could you give your time for an hour on Monday nights? Could your small group sponsor a kid for a few dollars a month? Or maybe, just maybe, He's calling you to spend your retirement differently. He's calling you to take your family with young kids to another country. He's a big God that does big things. Bring Change, Be Changed is all about engagement and relationships. And its goal, transformation for God's glory.
You see a generation of kids who have grown up in this program, who have really taken their faith as their own, and they're becoming leaders in their community. They're becoming nurses and doctors and teachers, and investing, pouring back into this community and raising up a new generation of kids. So it's broken the cycle, but Jesus has come in and changed that community entirely. You wouldn't recognize it.
What if, through this effort, God used us to help a child in Bolivia who's destined for a life of poverty and no relationship with the Lord to break through that cycle, accept Jesus as a Savior, and in turn see his entire family come to Christ? These aren't pie-in-the-sky ideas. This is what transformation looks like. In Bolivia, in Albuquerque, and wherever God calls us for His glory, let's bring change to the world.
If you say yes to God, I promise that you will never regret it. He will just pour so much into you through this, and as a response, you'll get to pour out onto a lot of people, which is an incredible experience. It's definitely worth it, and if God asks you to go, then He will make it happen.
Bring change, be changed. Let's go.